My name is Elara Moonridge, and I'm 38 years old. I'm one of the world's leading deep-sea biologists. I've made 84 solo dives to the Mariana Trench, discovered 23 new marine species, National Geographic documentary, BBC Planet Earth episode, TED Talk, What the Deep Ocean Teaches Us About Courage, and 12 papers published in Nature. But 10 years ago, I couldn't even apply to a major expedition. Because Dr. Victor Hargrave said, women are physiologically and psychologically unsuited for extreme depth diving. I grew up in California, near Monterey Bay. My father was a fisherman. My mother was a marine biologist at the Monterey Bay Aquarium. I grew up in the ocean. First snorkel at 5. First scuba dive at 7, with my father, shallow water. At 10, I fell in love with marine biology. My mother took me to the Monterey Bay Aquarium. I would stand for hours in front of the giant tanks, jellyfish, octopus, deep-sea fish, strange creatures, bioluminescence, bodies glowing in the dark. Elara, my mother would say, the ocean is the world's last unexplored region. More people have been to the moon than to the Mariana Trench. Only 3 people have descended to Challenger Deep. The ocean depths are more mysterious than space. I want to go, I said. 8 years old. Then you need to learn science. Learn diving, physics, biology, engineering. Because deep-sea diving isn't just courage. It's science and technique. At 12, I got my advanced open water certification. At 15, rescue diver. At 17, dive master. At 18, when I graduated high school, I had 500 dives. I went to UC San Diego. Marine biology. 4 years. Oceanography. Marine ecology. Bioluminescence. And technical diving training. I wanted to be a technical diver. Extreme depths, mixed gases, rebreathers. At 22, I made my first deep dive. 100 meters, dark, cold, crushing pressure. But it was beautiful. Silent. Peaceful. Another world. At 25, I finished my master's degree. Specialized deep-sea bioluminescent organisms. Thesis: Adaptive strategies of bioluminescent species in extreme depth environments. Then I started my PhD. Scripps Institution of Oceanography. Dr. Robert Chen became my mentor. 60 years old. 40 years in marine biology. Respected. Supportive. Elara, he said, you're an exceptional diver. But be an exceptional scientist first. Because diving gets you there. But science tells you what to look for. During my 3-year PhD, I joined deep-sea expeditions. Monterey Canyon, Gulf of California, East Pacific Rise, each one going deeper. 200 meters, 300 meters, 500 meters. With each dive, I learned how pressure affects the body, how to manage mixed gases, how to prevent nitrogen narcosis, how to avoid decompression sickness, and most importantly, how to manage fear. Because in deep diving, fear is always present. Darkness, isolation, pressure, the unknown. But fear can be controlled. Training manages fear. Experience reduces fear. At 28, I finished my PhD. Dissertation: Bioluminescent Communication in Deep-Sea Organisms, a study of Mariana Trench species. That's when the big opportunity came. In 2018, Harvard University and the National Science Foundation announced a major Mariana Trench expedition, 5-year project. $50 million budget. Goal: comprehensive biological survey of the Mariana Trench. New species. Ecosystem mapping. Bioluminescence studies expedition leader, Dr. Victor Hargrave. 52 years old, Harvard professor. 30 years in marine biology. Prestigious. Publications. Grants. Awards. And most importantly, been to the Mariana Trench twice. 1995 and 2005, application open. Team members wanted. Marine biologists, technical divers, engineers. I applied. Qualifications perfect. PhD in marine biology, Scripps, specialized. In deep-sea bioluminescence, 300-plus technical dives. Max depth, 500 meters. Rebreather certified. Mixed gas certified. Dr. Chen recommendation letter 2 months later. Interview call came. Harvard, with Dr. Hargrave. When I entered his office, first thing I noticed, photos on the walls. Mariana Trench expeditions, inside Bathyscaphe. Deep sea organisms, awards, publications, 30 years of success. I sat down. He examined my file, after a long silence. Ms. Moonridge, impressive CV, Scripps PhD, Dr. Chen student. Good diver, 300 dives. Thank you, Dr. Hargrave. But the Mariana Trench is different. This isn't casual diving. This is extreme depth diving, 11,000 meters, deepest point on Earth, pressure 1 ton per square centimeter, total darkness, temperature 1 degree Celsius, complete isolation. If something goes wrong, equipment failure, panic attack, decompression issue, your life is at risk. And rescue is impossible. I understand, sir. That's why I've had extensive technical training. You've had training. But experience is different. Your deepest dive is 500 meters. The Mariana Trench is 11,000 meters. 20 times deeper, 20 times more pressure, exponentially higher psychological stress. Sir, and there's something else. Gender issue. I'm not trying to be politically correct, but scientific fact. Male and female physiology is different. Men have larger lung capacity, higher muscle mass, higher hemoglobin levels. At extreme depth, this matters. And psychologically, women show higher anxiety response in stressful situations. This is biology, not bias. My chest tightened, but I tried to stay calm. Dr. Hargrave, respectfully, research shows that female divers are as competent as male divers, in some cases more. Panic response isn't correlated with gender, but with training and experience. Laboratory studies are different. Real-world extreme conditions are different. I've done marine biology for 30 years, been to the Mariana Trench twice, and I've seen male divers are more reliable. Female divers are more fragile. Sir, I'm not fragile. I have 300 dives in shallow water. The Mariana Trench is different, and I can't take risks. Team safety is my responsibility. If you panic and have to abort, the entire expedition is jeopardized. This is a $50 million project. 5 years of planning. I can't risk it because of one weak link. I'm not a weak link. My decision is final. Application denied. But there will be other opportunities. Shallow water research, aquarium work, teaching. Those are valuable too. I left, devastated, angry, disappointed. That night I called Dr. Chen. Rejected, I said. Gender bias. Hargrave is old school, said Dr. Chen. But this isn't your last chance. There will be other expeditions, other opportunities, but I'm ready now. I want it now. Then create your own path. If they won't take you, organize your own expedition. No funding, no equipment, no team. Start small. Shallow dives near the Mariana Trench. Gather data, publish, build reputation. Then funding will come. He was right. If the big expedition wouldn't take me, I'd start small. 6 months later, I received a small grant. From UC San Diego, $50,000, preliminary survey of bioluminescent organisms near Mariana Trench. Not big, but a start. I organized a small team, 2 technical divers, 1 marine biologist, 1 engineer, and me. 5 people. We rented a small research vessel, went to the Pacific, near the Mariana Trench, plan, dive 1,000 meters, collect samples, shoot video, document bioluminescent organisms. First dive at 30 years old. Rebreather. Mixed gas. Trimix, oxygen, nitrogen, helium, 1,000 meters. 2 hours bottom time. As I descended, light diminished. 100 meters. Twilight zone. 200 meters, darkness began. 500 meters, total darkness. I turned on my headlamp. Small beam of light. In the darkness. 1,000 meters. Pressure 100 bar. 100 kilograms pressure per square centimeter. My body adapted. But I was aware, every movement careful, every breath measured, and then I saw it, bioluminescence. Small lights, dancing in the darkness, jellyfish, comb jellies, deep-sea fish, each glowing with its own light, blue, green, red. It was beautiful, otherworldly, alien, but on Earth. I collected samples, shot video, took notes. 2 hours bottom time, then slow ascent. Decompression stops. Total dive time 6 hours. When I reached the surface, I was exhausted, but exhilarated. Because I saw the deep ocean is another world, and I belong there. Over the next 3 months, I made 15 more dives, each one deeper. 1,500 meters, 2,000 meters, 2,500 meters. With each dive, I saw new organisms, Some known, some different. Species I didn't recognize. On one dive, at 2,000 meters depth, I saw a strange jellyfish, bioluminescent. But the pattern was different. Didn't resemble any species I knew. I shot video, collected sample, carefully, non-invasive. Back in the lab, I did analysis. DNA sequencing, morphology, bioluminescence pattern. Result, new species. Unknown to science, I was thrilled. This was my first discovery. A new species, deep-sea jellyfish, bioluminescent. I wrote a paper, a novel bioluminescent jellyfish species from the Western Pacific, Atolla moonridgei, spin novi, submitted to Nature Communications. 3 months review, then accepted, published. Media attention. Young scientist discovers new deep-sea species. Woman marine biologist makes breakthrough discovery. And most importantly, funding started coming. National Geographic, Ocean Exploration Trust, private donors. At 32, I organized a larger expedition. $500,000 budget, better equipment, bigger team, deeper dives. Target, 3,000 meters. Closer to the Mariana Trench. For 3 years, I went to the Mariana Trench region every year. Each expedition deeper, 3,000 meters, 4,000 meters, 5,000 meters. At each depth, new organisms, new behaviors, new adaptations. At 5,000 meters, I saw a strange fish, anglerfish-like, but different. Bioluminescent lure more complex, brighter, more organized. I shot video, collected sample, lab analysis, another new species. A Melanocetus Elara, second discovery. Second Nature paper, more funding, more recognition. At 35, I had discovered 6 new species. All deep sea, all from the Mariana Trench region. All bioluminescent media started calling me the Deep Sea Discovery Queen. TED Talk invitations. Conference keynotes, documentary offers, but I still hadn't done one thing. The Mariana Trench itself. The deepest point. Challenger Deep. 11,000 meters. Only 3 people had been there. 1960, Jacques Piccard and Don Walsh, Trieste Batiscaf. 2012, James Cameron, Deep Sea Challenger. 2019, Victor Vescovo, DSV Limiting Factor, all men. All in submersibles, not diving inside a vehicle. I wanted to dive. Actual dive, rebreather, body exposed to pressure, in a suit but not a submersible. Crazy? Maybe, but possible. The technology existed. Atmospheric diving suits, ADS, exosuit, hard suit. Essentially a wearable submarine, human inside, but pressure inside normal, 1 bar. External pressure handled by the suit, I researched, talked to engineers, contacted manufacturers. In 2022, the plan was ready. Solo dive to Challenger Deep. First human dive to Mariana Trench bottom. Funding? National Geographic interested. Private donors interested. Equipment manufacturers interested, for publicity. Total budget, $5 million exosuit support vessel. Safety team. Communications. Documentation crew. By 2023, we were ready. I was 36 years old. Ready. But a week before launch, news came. Dr. Victor Hargrave's Harvard expedition was going to the Mariana Trench. By submersible. Same week coincidence? Maybe not. Maybe he heard about my plan. Maybe wanted to compete. Whatever. I proceeded. Pacific Ocean, above the Mariana Trench. Support vessel. August 2023 exosuit check. Systems nominal. Oxygen. CO2 scrubbers. Communications. Thrusters. Lights. Cameras. Team briefing. Safety protocols. Abort procedures. Emergency protocols. Dr. Chen, now my advisor. Elara, if there's any problem, abort. Leave ego behind. Safety first. Understood. And one more thing. You're making history. First woman. First actual dive, not submersible. But don't forget, you're a scientist. Focus on science. Not fame. Always, I put on the suit. Ceiling check. Pressure check. Systems online. The crane lifted me, suspended over water. Then, release. I dropped to the water surface. Floated. Communications check. Surface, this is Elara. Comms check. Elara, this is surface. We read you 5 by 5. Ready for descent? Ready, thrusters activated. I descended. Down. First 100 meters, light blue. Beautiful. Familiar. 200 meters, twilight zone. Dim. Fish darting. 500 meters. Darkness begins. Headlamps on. 1,000 meters. Total darkness except my lights. Bioluminescence occasional. Gorgeous. 2,000 meters. Cold. Pressure increasing. Suit handles but aware. 4,000 meters. Passing through Hadal zone. Deep. Remote. Alien. 6,000 meters. Communication delay noticeable. Distance. Team monitoring. 8,000 meters. Halfway to Challenger Deep. Fatigue starting. Mental, not physical. Suit does work. Focus. Breathe. 10,000 meters. Approaching bottom. Excitement building. Instruments checking depth. 10,500, 10,700, 10,900, 11,000 meters. Bottom approaching. Lights showing seafloor. Touchdown. Challenger Deep. Deepest point. 10,194 meters. Surface Elara. I'm on the bottom. Challenger Deep. Depth confirmed. Copy. Elara, congratulations. You're making history. I looked around. Seafloor, sediment, soft, pale, and life, creatures, moving, tiny, amphipods, sea cucumbers, snailfish, and then I saw it, a strange organism, bioluminescent, but different, unique pattern. I approached slowly. Camera recording. Collecting sample, carefully, it looked alien. But from Earth. Deep Earth. 30 minutes bottom time. Observations, samples, video, photos, notes. Then, surface, Elara, beginning ascent, copy, safe ascent, thrusters engage, up, slow, controlled, 6 hours ascent, decompression handled by suit systems. When I reached the surface, the team was cheering. Crane lifting, suit opening, fresh air, sunlight, warmth. I did it. First woman to dive Challenger Deep. First actual human dive, not submersible. And bonus, new species sample. Lab analysis was thrilling. Sample unique. DNA sequencing showed completely new genus. Not just new species, new genus. Potential new family, morphology bizarre. Bioluminescence pattern complex. Adaptation for extreme depth conditions extraordinary. I wrote a paper. Added co-authors, team members. Title: A novel deep-sea organism from Challenger Deep. Elara Moonrigia profunda, genus. Et Spaninnovtet submitted to Science. More prestigious than Nature for marine biology. 3 months review. Revisions. Resubmit. Then. Accepted. Published. Media explosion. Woman scientist discovers new life in deepest ocean. Challenger Deep yields new species to solo female diver. And most amazing, species named after me. Elara Moonrigia. Genus is my name. This honor is very rare. Most scientists get one species named in their lifetime. I got a genus. At 37, I was a rock star in the science world. TED Talk, National Geographic documentary, book deal, awards and funding. Unlimited now. Every expedition I wanted was funded, but one thing was missing: recognition from the Harvard expedition. Hargrave's expedition had no news. They launched, went to the Mariana Trench, but no results, no publications, no announcements. What happened? 6 months later, rumors started. Academic circles, whispers, gossip. The Harvard expedition failed, aborted, incomplete. Why? Official reason: technical difficulties. But the real reason leaked from insider sources. Dr. Hargrave had a panic attack. Inside the submersible, at 6,000 meters depth. Froze, demanded ascent. Aborted the mission. Team members were devastated. 5 years of planning, 50 million, and the leader panicked. When I learned, mixed feelings. On one hand, schadenfreude, I admit. The man who said women are physiologically unsuited panicked. Ironic. But on the other hand, empathy. Because I know, deep sea diving can be terrifying. Fear is normal. And panic, sometimes no one's fault. But Hargrave rejected me because women panic. And he panicked. A week later, Harvard made an announcement. Dr. Victor Hargrave, stepping down as Mariana Trench expedition leader. Health reasons. Dr. Elizabeth Park assuming leadership role. Health reasons. Standard euphemism for couldn't handle it. Dr. Park, excellent choice. Woman, competent, respectful. A month later, I received a phone call. From Dr. Park. Dr. Moonridge, this is Elizabeth Park. Harvard Mariana Expedition. Yes, Dr. Park. Congratulations on the leadership role. Thank you. I'm calling because I want to apologize for Victor Hargrave rejecting your application. Gender bias is unacceptable, and I want to collaborate with you. The Harvard expedition is relaunching, and we're inviting you as a consultant. If you're interested, I was surprised. I'm honored, but why? Because you're the world's most experienced Mariana Trench diver, and we need your expertise. Plus, it's symbolic. A woman completing the expedition Victor started. Poetic justice, I smiled. I accept. For the next 2 years, I collaborated with the Harvard expedition. Consultant, technical advisor. Occasional diver Dr. Park was an excellent leader. Inclusive, respectful, competent, team mixed gender, diverse backgrounds, supportive environment, and the results? Incredible. We discovered 15 new species, 3 new genera, comprehensive ecosystem mapping, bioluminescence studies, pressure adaptation research publications, Science, Nature, PNAS, multiple papers, team authorship and me, co-author on many, lead author on some, recognition appropriate. At 39, I was no longer just a diver, scientist, leader, mentor. Young female scientists were writing to me. Dr. Moonridge, you're my inspiration. I want to be a marine biologist because of you. This was humbling and empowering. One day, Dr. Park said, Elara, Harvard wants to offer you a position. Associate Professor, Marine Biology, Deep Sea Specialization. Interested? Harvard? Victor Hargrave's institution? Yes, but Victor retired, early. Health reasons. You'd be taking his place. Literally. The irony was perfect. I accept. At 40, I moved to Harvard. Associate Professor. Office was Victor's old office. They did it deliberately, symbolic. On my first day, I cleaned the office. Old photos removed. My photos hung. Mariana Trench dives, species discoveries, team expeditions. The walls now told a different story. Not just male divers. Women, men, diverse. Not just Harvard. Scripps, Mbari, Noah, not just old guard. New generation. A year later, an unexpected visitor came. Victor Hargrave. 60 years old now. Older. Tired. Less confident. Dr. Moonridge, he said from the door. Can we talk? Dr. Hargrave, of course. Come in, he sat, looked around. His old office, now mine, but didn't comment. I came to apologize. I was surprised. Apologize? Yes, for rejecting your application. 10 years ago. For saying women physiologically unsuited. I was wrong. Completely. And you proved it. Not just equal. Better. I don't want to say better. No, you are better. Because you did an actual dive to Challenger Deep. I couldn't even handle a submersible. I panicked. My fear defeated me. But you stayed calm. You succeeded. And you've discovered things I never could. Why did you panic? He paused. Then, PTSD, old, untreated. From my 1995 Mariana dive. Something went wrong. I nearly died. Sealed compartment flooded. I was recovered, but trauma remained. I never talked about it because it seemed like weakness. Men can't show weakness, right? PTSD isn't weakness. It's trauma response. I know. Now, I've been in therapy. Last 2 years. Learned a lot about myself, about my bias, about gender, and you were right. I was biased. Scared. I didn't want you to succeed because it would show my failure. You didn't fail. You struggled. But I blocked you. How many women did I block during my career? How many talented scientists because of women unsuited? Maybe many, but you're aware now. And you can change. I'm retired. Too late to change. No, you can mentor. Young scientists. Teach male students about bias. Share your own experience. That's Valuable, he thought. Then, maybe you're right. Maybe it's not too late for redemption. It's never too late. Today I'm 42 years old. Harvard Associate Professor. Mariana Trench Program Director. 84 solo dives to Challenger Deep. 23 new species discovered. 6 genera named after me. The Elara Moonridgia family. But most importantly, I'm training the new generation of female marine biologists. Every year, I supervise 10 female PhD students. All deep-sea specialization, all diving training, all field experience. And them? Incredible. Some are better divers than me, some better scientists, and all limitless potential, because I'm showing them there's no gender barrier. Only training, competence, courage. Last year, a young student, Maria Chen, 23, told me, "Dr. Moonridge, I chose marine biology because I saw you. TED Talk, documentary, and I thought, if she can do it, I can too." You can. You will, but sometimes I doubt. What if I'm not strong enough? Strength isn't just physical. It's mental, emotional, and you're strong. Because you're here. Because you're trying, she smiled, and left, determined. That's my legacy. Not just species discoveries, not just publications. The new generation, showing them it's possible. At 43, I started a new project. Mariana Trench Biodiversity Database. Comprehensive, open access, all known species. Distribution maps, genetic data, bioluminescence patterns. Goal: make Mariana Trench science accessible to everyone, researchers, students, public funding, National Science Foundation, $10 million. 5 years, team, 10 scientists. 5 institutions, collaborative and result, incredible. Database launched 2025, over 500 species documented, 150 from my expeditions, 350 from other researchers. Open access, free, worldwide. Impact, immediate. Citations, downloads, media, and most importantly, inspiring new research. Young scientists using the database, asking new questions, testing new hypotheses, science accelerating. At 44, Victor Hargrave visited me again. But this time different, excited, energized. "Elara," he said, using first name now. "I have a proposal. I'm listening. I'm writing a book. Depth and Hubris, a marine biologist's journey from bias to understanding. My career, my mistakes, my PTSD, my bias, and my redemption. Sounds honest, but I want your perspective. Write a chapter, your experience, how bias affected you, how you overcame it, how you succeeded despite why. Because this isn't just my story. It's yours. And if this book will help young scientists, institutions, biased professors, it needs both our voices," I thought. Then I accept. But one condition. What? Book proceeds donated. Scholarship fund. Underrepresented students in marine science. Women, minorities, low income. Deal. A year later, the book published. Critical acclaim. Honest. Brave. Important. And the scholarship fund? $500,000 raised. 20 students supported. Every year. This morning, a young student, Emily Torres, 21, came to my office. Nervous. "Dr. Moonridge, I want to try deep-sea diving, but I'm scared." "What scares you?" "The depth, the darkness, the pressure, the unknown, and what if I panic? What if I fail?" Fear is normal. Every diver feels fear. I still feel it. After 84 dives, really? Yes, but fear doesn't stop you. Fear makes you careful, prepared, respectful. The ocean demands respect. Fear gives you that respect. But panic? Panic is managed with training, reduced with experience. And if you panic, you can abort. The dive happens another day. No ego. Safety first, but you never aborted. Actually, I aborted. Twice. Equipment issue. Fatigue. I aborted because it wasn't safe. That's a smart decision. Not weak. Oh. Emily, do you want to be a marine biologist? Yes. Do you want to go to the depths? Yes. Then train. Start shallow. Build experience. Respect fear. And never quit. Because the ocean is extraordinary. And the depths are magic. She smiled. Thank you, Dr. Moonridge. Call me Elara. And Emily, you can do this. I know you can. She left, confident, determined. I looked out the window. Cambridge, Harvard. But my mind was in the Pacific, in the Mariana Trench, in the depths, because depth is my home. Darkness, my friend. Pressure, my teacher, and I'm a diver, scientist, mentor. Victor Hargrave told me, women unsuited. He was wrong. Not about women, about him. Because suitability isn't determined by gender, by training, by courage, by respect, and me. I'm suited. Perfectly. Game over. I won. And I opened the door. Now hundreds of women are diving the depths, and they'll keep diving. Because I proved, depth belongs to everyone, especially the brave.